Hey, peace. How you doing, it's Lateef?
Hey, how you doing, man? I want to first and
Hey,
foremost thank you for taking out time for us for this interview. Yeah, looking at your catalog, man, it's been a couple of words that come to mind. There is a revolutionary, game changer.
thank you, bro. Honored, honored.
So I was kind of late getting into your work. I was actually just hanging out on a weekend, and someone sent me that exorcism video, and it kind of blew my mind there. So I tried to go look you up, and I did not find much about you. Do you care to share with us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure, sure. Kadir Lateef, raised in Buffalo, New York, youngest of six, homeschooled most of my life until my junior year of high school. Played basketball, got a scholarship, went to Howard University.
Okay, okay, it's down here.
Here in DC, yeah, on the basketball
Yeah.
scholarship. Left Howard my senior year. I didn't finish it, but I just went and I pursued my spoken word career in about 2004, and started off with doing poetry and activism. So I was doing poetry for some years. Worked with Russell Simmons, Hip Hop Youth Summit. Worked with a lot of different people, Black College tours. And I got into rap, hip hop. Did my first project with DJ Green Lantern, 06, '07.
Okay.
Called The Unheard Of. At the time I was going by the name of Q Boogie, aka the Poet. Got married, 5 kids, took time off to be, family. I went on a tour in 2015, toured Europe, 10 countries in Europe, went to Australia twice, 2015, 2016, decided to move to New York City. And 4 months moving to New York City, I got my deal with Rough Riders.
Right. Right. We're getting into that. We're going to get into that one a little later. But let's go back to your spoken word career. Do you know, as the artist, will you meet anybody down here in D.C. that people doing spoken word?
Yeah, I knew Droopy. I don't know what they call him now. They called him Droopy. That dude, Talon AC, Queen Sheba,
Okay.
Messiah, Ram Kasoon, 13, Fifth Element. They had a group called Fifth Element. A lot of different. I knew like pretty much because I was really always on the scene,
Okay. So, as a poet, what made you decide to go transform to being an MC?
Because the poetry scene was kind of like, it seemed like I was like preaching to the choir. If you went to a poetry scene, you pretty much wanted to have some poetry. I wanted to be in the street. I wanted to connect with the youth, connect with the street dudes, connect with, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Clubs where people needed to hear the message. And I just, started transitioning because I figured I could use that to get my message across to the people who need to hear it.
So you say get your message across to people to hear it. Now in this generation, we have like the heavy mumble rap, trap era. What made you decide not to go with the popular trend and just, pretty much go in the same way you were doing your spoken word?
I mean, it's all I know. You can't, I could do that stuff, but the essence of who I am and what I came up on, what I was birthed on, and what I, was raised on, is hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Who were your influences? Growing up?
My brother, Harlem, that's my brother. He's my older brother. He influenced me a lot in hip hop. It's just Public Enemy, Chuck D, and Tupac, Biggie, Black Star, Steph, Talib Kweli, stuff like that.
I got you. So speaking on Biggie, you have a project called The Voice of Biggie, Mind of Malcolm. So what made you decide to do? Yeah, it's one of my favorite. It's my favorite project that you did. What made you decide to do that concept?
Because I kept on getting a comparison, and they say you sound like Biggie, and I was like,
right.
Well, I don't rap like Biggie. So when you say sound like Biggie, it could be a little vague. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I'm like, let me tell you what it is.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely caught my attention.
Biggie,
yeah, exactly.
It's the Mind of Malcolm.
Gotcha. On that project, there's a track, Trick Revolution, which is one of the hottest tracks to me on the project. do you feel like you had to spin that, for the new generation to understand what you're saying?
Yeah. Trick Revolution, yeah, was creatively revolutionary. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of taking what Trick Daddy did, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna say something, so I'm gonna trick them to hearing the revolution. You know?
I got you.
And yeah, but then it just that's what I heard. You don't know there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's
And
what
when
caught my attention.
Right. So, if you come from that era, then like, you know that. You know what I mean? That was
right.
Trick being one of the first people to really, break the South in with, Miami and Florida and all that. That it was almost like it was just natural. And the producer, his name is Elijah Hooks. He's my producer, one of my main producers, and he put that beat together. It just spoke to me.
Okay, yeah, I definitely love it, man. That one I put on repeat every time I'm in the car, man. That's one of my favorite tracks that you have.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot a video for it pretty soon.
Okay.
I gotta get this static selector joint out the way first.
So, out of all, like, the crews, the labels, you decided Rough Riders. Why did you decide Rough Riders out of everything?
Coming from the era where I come from, I always was a fan of DMX, always was a fan of Jadakiss and Locks, and what they stood for. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, they really were revolutionary. And they really changed the vibration when they came out. Puffy had this shiny suit era.
Shiny suit,
going
man.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had this shiny suit. Rough Riders came out and changed the vibration. They hoodies and, like, just a little more rough.
I went back and, peeping a couple of your videos. And from, before signing to Rough Riders, you had like a, kind of like, I hate to say it, but you have like a poet, had a poet thing going on. And you kind of made this transition once I saw, the HNIC video, you rocking the Rough Riders hoodie, you got the gold grills, like, what made you decide to change that, your appearance, as an MC?
I think the people, like, you got to reflect the people if you want to talk to the people.
Right.
You have to reflect the people. Like, you can't come to the people with a different ideology and then look different on top of that, because it will get in the way of what you're trying to tell them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they won't listen, because guess what? Because just looking at you, I could tell you don't relate to me.
Okay.
So why should I listen to somebody who doesn't relate and they don't know, so I won't listen to them. So when you look up the people, then the message is just tricking them with you're talking that they should be looking at the gold and looking at this, looking at that, but the message is sinking in. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You it's cool.
Cool, man. Cool. Just you signed the Rough Riders now. Rough Riders are known to do the Swiss Beats, collabo. Will we see Swiss Beats collabo with Quardir?
Yeah, we will see a Swiss Beats collabo, God willing, soon. We have someone who produces under him. We've been working on some stuff. We kind of like, we got some ideas. We've already met up and we already connected. So we had a good session. We vibed out with Alicia Keys.
Okay.
And we just got to know each other, artistically. And it was really, really good.
Cool. So when are we expecting a debut with the Rough Riders?
Well, we did the HNIC. That was a first little street buzz single. We did the Exorcism was like a little something. So maybe like around April, because they have the Rough Rider reunion tours kicking off in April.
So what impact do you expect to have on hip hop culture?
I really want to bring the passion back. I want to bring the bar, like, just the passionate bars, because a lot of people spitting bars. So many dope MCs spitting, a lot of rap, but like I think the passion is lacking passion.
Right.
It's lacking.
Definitely with that.
It's lacking attitude. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to, encompass, this passion and attitude and real feeling, because it's deeper than rap.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that too. Also, and this for the blog, I use the music as a weapon. That's my, slogan. So how are you using your music as a weapon?
I'm using my music as a weapon, as a hammer to break down the walls of you know, oppressive media oppression. The music is telling us that we, you know, should trap and mumble rap and do this and do that. But what I'm saying something different. You know, we should be men. We should be strong. We don't gotta sell dope. We don't gotta do this. We don't gotta do that. You know, my music is a weapon. Music gets the machine that's trying to confine us, label us, and stereotype us. So I use my music as a weapon.
Fine, man. I love that you took the time out for me. We'll continue to rep you. You know, you're one of the trailblazers we need right now, you know, in this era.
Man, that's what's up, man. I'm honored and I'm thankful for your time and for taking time out just to, you know, to help get the word out. Greatly appreciate it. Definitely, let's stay connected.
Yeah, definitely, man.